All right. Hey, team. Welcome to our weekly Monday Night Huddle. I'm Amber Ike, and a couple of announcements before we get going. Did you guys see I posted in the team page tonight? There is a VIP event tomorrow night, and it looks amazing. It's hosted by Diamond Rebecca. I always say her name wrong. Rebecca Folks. And I think the three guests are Jill Renfro, I know for sure, Rachel Neagle, and I think the other one's Melissa, right? Melissa Eichenhorst. So they are going to be doing a VIP event, and it's open to us as well. So guys, if I were you, when you get done with Huddle, reach out to all your dream teamers. I don't even care. Like if you have 10 dream teamers, if you have 100 dream teamers, reach out to every single person that you know could rock this thing and invite them to it. I posted the graphic. Don't post it on your personal wall just because we don't want to get thrown in Facebook jail for the same graphic. But I posted the graphic, and the link is in the comments. It's going to be a Google Hangout, so they won't max out. And that's another thing to tell people when you're inviting them is jump on, click the link. No one's going to see you. You know, it's completely anonymous. You can just jump on, be a fly on the wall. But get your dream teamers on. I'm actually, after this, I'm going to be reaching out to all my dream teamers and doing the same thing because it's going to be good. They're all diamonds except Jill. Jill's a sapphire, are on the brink of diamonds. So, and their stories are really good. So that's tomorrow night. I believe it's at 8. It might be 8:30. I need to check that. And then we are doing a team-wide 3-day Facebook party this coming Wednesday through Friday. So it's going to be similar to the one we did last month. Just giving good information. Okay, thanks, Carrie. So she said it's at 8:30 tomorrow night. Thank you. So educating people on these products and what they do, and just getting that information in people's hands. So that is Wednesday through Friday. I challenge you guys to reach out to invite 60 people. And typically 20% of them will be like, yeah, sure, add me. And let's get them added and give them some information, and make sure you're interacting with those during the event that are in the 3-day party. And what else? Book club, starting a brand new book club. We just finished GoPro, and we had an awesome turnout for this book. I'm really excited about those of you that joined us for this one. And we are going to be reading Strengths-Based Leadership by Tom Rath. So good. And I know a few of you read this with us last year, but I think that this is one, I mean, you can never know your strengths too much. You know, like there's always ways to just get more out of your strengths on this journey. So that is starting next week. So get that book ordered. It's on Amazon for $17, I think. And then the big reveal. Raise your hand if you are registered for the live streaming. Yay, I see lots of hands. Even if you are not registered, you need to go and register. Even if you're not going to be able to watch it live, get registered. Because word on the street is those of you who get registered, we're going to get some kind of prize anyway, not or gift or whatever. Christy knows more because she got a phone call from corporate today. Hello. They know who Christy Cook is. Watch out for that girl. Christy, do you want to shed light on that? Do you want to share anything?
I will. All right. It was a little loud. Yeah, so John called me today and was checking in to see if I was going to the big reveal, because some of us that live in Texas get to actually attend live. Super exciting. But he asked me how many of my local team members were going, and I said, very sadly, that it was full very, very quickly. So they were all registered for the big reveal live streaming. And he said, that's awesome. Get everyone that you can signed up for that live streaming, because we are going to get offered some amazing thing. And once we are registered and the reveal happens and all of that, they're going to announce it at the reveal what we get. So he said, get everyone registered for the live reveal. So
Nice.
that's all I know. He wouldn't give me details of what it was.
Yeah, I think they all signed non-disclosure agreements. So exciting. What does everyone think? What do y'all think it's going to be?
I would love for it to be a new slim flavor.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have said that. I think that would be awesome.
I think that would be so fun. I love the current slim flavor, but it'd be fun to kind of have another option. So fun. Well, it makes me think, so they listed, I posted on the team page the post that Cindy Latham had posted on the Jules page about top 5 reasons to be there. And she listed a couple of the jewels that are going to be there being a part of it. And she listed Ame Darling, and Ame is an emerald, which is amazing. She's not a diamond though, but she's the product like guru. So to me, I'm like, it's got to be some sort of product. If Ame is in on it, then it's got to be product related, right? That's kind of my philosophy. So super exciting. Okay, cool. So get registered for that. I will repost the link. The link is really easy, isn't it? Isn't it just the big reveal or something? Yeah, something super easy. I'll post it in the team page so you guys can send it out. You guys send it to all your inactives. Send it to all your actives, your wholesalers. I mean, people love this kind of thing, you know, like getting in on the secret. So I've had several inactives that have registered for it, which surprised me. So that's just another way to reach out to people and get them plugged in. Okay, cool. So tonight we are just doing a little Q&A. So hope you guys have some questions that you guys want to be asking, and we can all kind of powwow. Let's see here. But before we do that, I just want to kind of share something that's on my heart really quick, and this will only take a couple minutes. But I want to formally, that's funny. I want to apologize to you guys because I have had a revelation in the past couple of days, and I had a coaching call with Matthew Aaron today, which how amazing is he? He was on our call last week. So awesome. Don't you guys love him? He's like my best friend. He doesn't know it yet, so don't tell him, but don't make it that awkward. But you guys, so you hear the saying all the time, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack, right? And I have just come to the realization lately that I have been in management mode. I mean, granted, life has changed for me lately. You know, I'm not like going crazy hard on myself, but at the same time, I know what this opportunity is in our hands, and I am passionate about it like crazy for our team. But I've realized lately, I am not as bold as I need to be, and not only that, but as bold as I want to be when reaching out to prospects about what we truly have in our hands. I've been hesitating. I've been nervous. I've been feeling like I'm going to bug people. You know, does anyone ever feel like you're just going to bother somebody or annoy them, or fear of rejection, or whatever the case may be for you? My biggest thing is just I don't want to bother people because people are busy. But I mean, does it really bother somebody when you're giving them an opportunity to change their lives? Anyway, long story short, I have not been bold, and I realized that yes, this is all our own personal businesses. You guys can fly past me, and that's perfectly amazing in this industry. But there's something to be said about the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. And John Maxwell brings up, he has some law, I don't know what it is, like the law of the ceiling or law of the lid, right? Does that sound right? Law of the lid. And so if your leader is like here, it's hard to rise above that if your leader isn't challenging themselves and growing. So all that to say, I am nervous to tell you guys this, but I want you guys to hold me accountable to stepping up my game as a leader. And what that looks like for me is going silver every month, you guys. I recruit people when I recruit them, but honestly, I don't make it hasn't been the top priority for me to go silver every single month. And that, I was talking with a couple girls today, that is the basics of this business. If we are here to make an impact, if we are here to make a difference, if we're here to make a fortune for some of us, you know, that might be what we're looking for, a business opportunity, then going silver every month needs to be a non-negotiable. But if I'm expecting that of you guys and I'm not doing it myself, then that's not really doing any good for you guys, and it's definitely not doing anything good for my business. So kind of being bold and just putting that out to you guys. Hold me accountable, you know, like I am putting myself out there. I recruited one this month, so I need to find a couple more. But I'm just sharing that with you guys because I am praying that we are a bold team and that we have a sense of urgency, because what we have, you guys, is changing lives. Like the person I recruited last week was telling me, like, she's been praying for something that we have, you know, like the products that we have, she's been praying for something that could change her health the way it's already doing. So we have something that can do that. So I am just from here on out praying for boldness over all of us and praying for that urgency, and that we can link arms and hold each other accountable. And not just that, but really inspire one another to be our best. You know, when I perform at my best, hopefully that inspires you to do that for yourself. And when you guys do that, that inspires me even more to just go even more. So just wanted to share that with you guys because I know if I'm struggling with being bold, I'm sure some of you guys might be as well. And maybe that's kind of where we can start out tonight. Does anyone have any feedback or takeaways from that? And feel free to unmute yourself. We'll just start the Q&A at this point. So if you don't want to talk about that, we don't have to. If you have another question burning. Who else struggles with being bold? I see some hands. Why? What holds you back, do you think? Let's get some dialogue with that.
Hey, this is Lynette. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Hi, Lynette.
Hi, I'm on the phone. Sorry, I'm driving. So you were talking about being bold, and I got to tell you, the other day I was talking to one of my coworkers, who's one of my ambassadors, but she went inactive, you know, and I've been hesitant to talk to her because, you know, she's a coworker, and you don't want to pick off your coworkers, you know, and I felt that maybe something had gone wrong, you know, or whatever. So anyway, we got talking, and she was like, you know, I have all this stuff stockpiled, and you know, I haven't been consistent, and you know, her mom was one of her ambassadors, and they haven't been consistent, and need to get back into it, you know, with summer coming. But then she said, you know, I really enjoyed looking at your posts and somebody else that she's friends with. It's one of my level ones posts, and you know, like, especially on our team page, things haven't been as consistent lately. And she's like, you know, I really liked that motivation, and it kind of, you know, hit me that I was like, oh yeah, I probably ought to step up my game there, you know, because if she's feeling that way, you know, who else is? And just, you know, just getting to have that conversation, you know, where I needed to have that a long time ago, but I was just scared to, you know, and just being bold in just those types of things too. A lot of times people want to talk about it, or, you know, they want to talk about it casually. They're feeling the same way if they're not being consistent, as far as, you know, worried to say something and get that kind of awkward conversation going, you know?
So true, Lynette. Yes. A lot of times we're in our own head way more than other people. You know, we're projecting all these things upon other people and ourselves that, oh, it's going to be annoying or blah, blah, blah. And it's not that way. You know, these people are our friends for a reason. Yeah. So good. Anyone else want to share? Love that.
I'm the same as, you know, as what you were saying. Like, I don't want to bug people, and every once in a while, I can get myself out of that and just go, okay, you know, it's no harm, and I'll just message away, and I'll be going crazy, and I always have success with that, some amount of success. I mean, not every single person I message is like, oh yeah, I'm on, but you know, I always get somebody from when I get in those modes, but it seems to be short-lived, and then I go right back to, well, I don't want to bug them. They're probably annoyed, you know, and I don't know why I do that, or how I get myself into that mode, that action mode. I don't know. Like, if I knew how I could get myself there, then I could probably keep myself there. Just every once in a while, I'm like, who cares? I'm going. I'm doing it, but I can't seem to stay there.
So like you don't
I'm
really
working on it.
you don't really see like a theme of, you know, when you've done it. Maybe it's right after you watch like an inspiring video, or like you don't recognize a theme or anything.
Yeah, I do think that there is definitely a theme with that, like inspiring videos or posts, or sometimes when we've got something going on, so that I have something tangible to message them about rather than just a random reach out. Those kinds of things do make it easier for me, for sure.
Yes. And that's one thing.
Or if I've just had, I'm sorry, or if I've just had success. Like today, someone that had said they were going to sign up and then didn't do it, and then she was like, I don't know if I want to spend the money. And then I was like, all right, well, think about these things that you won't be spending money on, blah blah blah. And then I didn't hear from her for like a week. She just went radio silent. And then today she messaged and said, that's it, I'm doing it, I'm signing up. And then 5 minutes later, I had an email and she was all signed up. And so then I was like, okay, now I'm on a roll, let's go. Those things motivate me too.
That's so true. That's so true. Yeah. That's one thing Matthew said earlier. He said, like being bold, I'm trying to read my notes. He said, honestly, it takes like 30 seconds of bravery. Just like not even like trying to be like crazy brave, but just 30 seconds of bravery. And then he said, and then you can just move on with your life and not worry about it. And most people, like, if their response is no, or not right now, or not interested, they are not 3 days from then thinking, man, why did Carrie message me? Why did she, like, they've moved on with their lives. They're not, you know what I mean? Like, I think we just project this whole thing like, oh, now I'm annoying them. Just my presence annoys them now. And that's not the case. Like, they weren't interested. It's not the time for them, and they've moved on with their lives, and they don't hold it against you that you reached out to them. So, yeah. Anyone else want to share on that topic?
I think it comes back to getting into a consistent action and telling ourselves that what we have is good to share with people, and reminding ourselves that, by doing those actions, we'll move forward. And when we're not growing and learning, because by doing the actions, we actually have feedback that helps us to make adjustments and possibly help improve on what we're doing, so that when we talk to somebody or even follow up with somebody, we have another approach or another way of saying something, and it might just be just what they needed to hear.
Yeah.
So.
Good point. Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, does anyone else want to share on that? Or we can do some Q&A too.
So I know. Can you hear me? You can? Okay. So one thing that's helped me, I guess, a big thing is Christy really being my accountability partner. She's kind of go out reaching out way more than I have. So I think that's made a huge difference in me. Actually, lately, I'm inquiring on, actually my boss right now, she's inquiring on it today. So I think having that accountability partner of some sort is a huge, huge help.
That's such a good point, Jeremy. And I've been talking with a couple of people as well, just like hold me accountable. And that's why I'm kind of reaching out to you guys. And I'm scared to do that because I don't want to be held accountable. But at the same time, I need that. And, it's so easy to just kind of fall into that management role. Like, oh, okay, let's come up with a good challenge for our team. And then that takes the pressure off of me. But that's not the way it should be. If I challenge you guys to go silver, I better be one of the first people that achieves that myself. You know what I mean? And not just me, but that's how we should all be with all of our businesses. And it's easier to be in management mode, and it's fun. I love like reaching out to our team. Like, my favorite part of this is the team part. But that's not where I need to spend the majority of my business. I need to be bold and growing our team, So good. Definitely the accountability. Well, awesome. I just want to share that with you guys because that's something I'm personally working on, is just having those 30 seconds of bravery more often than not and reaching out to people because this is life-changing. This has been so life-changing for my family, and I should be like shouting it from the rooftops to everyone, you know? Awesome. Does anyone have any Q&A, some questions?
I do have one question. I did ask some of my team already, but my boss is looking for the slim and also the accelerator. My question is, I said she was still had to drink water, but she's not big on drinking water without having some kind of flavor in it. Does she really have to drink the water without having, with just a slim, or what's kind of everybody's thoughts on that?
She can like drink flavored water if like, or she can add something to her water to make it, like, don't they have those like natural flavor enhancer things? Not the bad ones, but I mean, in general, for my philosophy in general for good health, you need to drink water, and obviously with our products we say that, but that's a general health tip. If you're not going to be drinking water, it's just going to take your body a little bit longer to get rid of the junk it's holding on to. Okay, so Jill said stir, is that what it's called? Stir drops are good, flavored with stevia. Okay. But yeah, I think just water in general is going to be key for her. Okay, Whitney says, and this is a question for everyone. Let's see. When you have a prospect that wants to sign up and said they are going to, and you send them info in your link, but then they don't sign up right away, how many days do you wait till you reach out again to see if they are going to? And how do you go about it without seeming pushy? I think that kind of depends on your personality in terms of what you say, but I've heard people who are just like, what happened? Like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Like, you were getting ready to sign up. What happened? Like, just having fun with it, using your own twist on your personality and stuff. But I would say if somebody says that they were going to sign up, I think that gives you free access to reach out to them ASAP and be like, oh my gosh, you were going to sign up last night. What, was it confusing, or can I walk you through it? That's why a lot of people prefer to get people on the phone and sign them up via the phone to make sure it gets done correctly too, because sometimes people get confused by the process and it's ever changing. Yeah, Amy, good point. Did they have issues signing up? That's a great way, just asking.
So I sort of mentioned that when I was talking earlier. I had one that I just went through this with, Whitney, she messaged me. We had talked a while back about it, and like, are you interested in Plexus, whatever. I think she might have even been on one of our events like several months ago, like end of last year. And then I hadn't heard from her in a while. And then she messaged me and was like, and she said that she had actually stopped drinking a few months back, and she was really excited, but she had thought that not drinking anymore was going to help her lose weight, and she hasn't, and she still feels kind of cruddy and blah, 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 until she's ready and she wants to try Plexus. So I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And she was like, what do I need to do to sign up? So I gave her instructions right away. We talked about products, whatever. Gave her instructions, and that was like on Friday, and then nothing. I think on Sunday or Monday, I messaged her and I was like, hey, you were all excited the other day, but you never did sign up. What's going on? Did you just get busy this weekend? Like, I just, I gave her an out, you know what I mean? Like, hey, was it just a busy weekend or whatever? And then that's when she came back and was like, well, I'm not sure I want to spend this much money, blah, 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 blah. And so then I came back and I said, well, how much were you spending on alcohol before when you were drinking? I mean, I don't know why she didn't say I was an alcoholic or anything like that. I don't know if that was what was going on, but she said she quit drinking and she was really happy since she had. So I said, you're spending money on that, you're spending money on energy drinks, blah, 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 and I gave her all of that. And then a week went by and she never even responded to that. So I let a week roll by. And then I came back and said, hey, are you still thinking about this? And then I think it was like another day. I think that was yesterday when I did that. And then today is when she came back and was like, all right, that's it. I'm doing it. And then she signed up. So I just sort of, like you said, it depends on your personality. It depends on the person. And then for some of it, it depends on the time for me. Like, since it was over a weekend the very first time when she said she was going to sign up, then I was like, hey, do you have a busy weekend? Don't forget to do this,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. Let's see. Okay, Christina says, I haven't had anyone want to sign up, but has inquired about products and have given her a lot of information. I've just been checking back with her on about a weekly basis. It's been a little over a week now, and I'm going to message her again about midweek this week. Yep. I think that's great. Just keep following up. A lot of people, it's an average of like 5 to 12 times before they actually take the plunge and get their order in. And then in the meantime, just continue talking to other people too. I think there's a balance between following up with people and not putting all your eggs in one basket, making sure that you're keeping your funnel full is what we like to call it. Just always having new people you're talking with too. Awesome. What other questions do y'all have for each other?
What about the
Oh, wait, what'd you say?
What about the people who completely ignore your messages? Like, how many times do you message them before you're like, okay, whatever, let them go?
Well, the non-bold Amber would be like, message them a couple times, and if they don't say anything back, then I would just be like, okay, clearly not interested right now. But the bold new Amber would be just keep doing it. I mean, obviously, don't go psycho stalker on them and like every other day, but use your judgment. Like if there's an event coming up or just something pops up in your mind, you see a diamond documentary that makes you think of them, feel free. And that's one thing that Jill Renfro said to me one time. She's like, she has had full-blown conversations with herself in Messenger to people. Like it's all her the whole time, and Jill is relentless with following up. And that girl, you guys, if you are paying attention to people who are like rocking it right now, I think Jill's team is number 11. Like she's number 11 in terms of the convention credits. Her team is like killing it. So, but she is relentless with following up. It's not that she doesn't take no for an answer, but she really believes every person's going to come around at some point. And she even does that with her inactives too. She was telling me that today, like she will go back to them, and she truly believes in what we have for every single person, that she's not afraid to have conversations with herself until that person comes around. So that was eye-opening when she told me that, Does that help you any, Chandra?
Yeah, I like that. Just to know that she is out there having one-sided conversations and she's sitting at Sapphire, I think I can do that.
Exactly. Yeah, and she's on the brink of diamond. I think she's planning on it this month, if not this month, then next, hopefully. So then that's, you guys, that's the thing. We have got to get to the point where we just truly know what we have, that people's responses, yes, we want people to say yes, but their responses or lack of responses for some cases aren't going to stop us. Like she was a teacher, you guys, making what, 30 something grand a year probably with student debt. Her husband was in the oil field, like lost his job when all that stuff went down. Now she's on the brink of being diamond, and she's 27, I think. Like so crazy, life-changing, exciting. So super exciting. Yeah, go have those one-sided conversations. They'll come around. You'll wear them down.
I've actually gotten to the point where I kind of view it as a game. I'm like, how many times do I need to message you before you answer me? So that's where I'm at.
You're like, is this thing on? Is this thing working? Mic check. 1, 2. I'm going to try that. That's fun because I do the voice messages. And that's another trick that I like to use. I typically, when I do reach out to people, I use voice messenger. And I will say people are curious and they will listen to those. And just the way that you word it, I mean, people tend to be good responders to me. And they're not always saying yes, but they typically are like, thanks for thinking of me, but not interested right now, you know? So I think that voice messenger feature helps a lot because they hear your voice. Check the chat. Let's see, Christina, you can check your order history and make sure it actually went through. So in your back office, you can check your order history and make sure it was actually completed. There might be a lag with the emails today. I don't know if there's a lag with the emails.
I do have a question. I couldn't think of it. Like, I knew I had one, but I couldn't think of it for the longest time. So I have been like copying and pasting, even like explaining to all the new ambassadors that sign up under me, like how to set their convenience order and like literally word for word what you say, or how I don't remember what the video was from, but about just like set it to this, next month we'll take care of it. But I'm still having trouble getting people to like actually do it. Like, I'll tell them just do it. I don't like say it as an option, but I think they realize they don't have to do it and they just skip past it anyways. So I don't know how you would recommend still getting people to turn their convenience orders on.
Yeah. Does anyone else have some feedback on that? I think that's like one of those things where you just keep checking back in and be like, hey, notice your convenience order still isn't on. You know, let's get that set up. Really coming from a place of, I mean, obviously convenience, but they need to be committing to 60 to 90 days. And that convenience order is hopefully going to make sure that they are staying consistent on their products to see those results. So I think just focusing on that part of it, you know, just making sure that they're committed to themselves for that 60 to 90 day period. And the convenience order is there for that purpose. Does that kind of help you a little bit?
Yeah, that helps. I've just been having trouble because I'm like, oh, I'm sure they said it, because then I explain them and then I go back and look and it's like not there.
Yeah.
So.
That's the hard part. Like, now that it's not mandatory for getting commission qualified, you know, it does make it a lot more challenging. But I think it's one of those repetitive. That was hard for me. That was a hard word tonight. It's just, I think, being repetitive and continuing to follow up and check in. But it's so good that you're doing that, because that will duplicate down. You know, whatever you want to duplicate down, you need to make sure that you are doing with every single person. And sometimes it won't duplicate down with certain people, but that speaks highly to your leadership, that you are reaching out and making sure those things get done, even if it's not happening in the timely manner that you would like, you know? So I wouldn't give up on it. I would think just continue to reach out to them about, okay, this is so you can stay consistent, and letting them know that they're not stuck with that order. If they need to go back and edit it, you know, or add an X factor, and maybe just let them know that too. Maybe make that a part of your following up with them, reaching out to them before their convenience order is supposed to go out, and then seeing if they need help tweaking their regimen and changing their convenience order based on your recommendations. Because that's what's cool about this, is like, we really do, because a lot of these people are wholesalers. They're not in it for the business right now, you know? And so we still need to treat them like customers. We still need to be reaching out to them regularly, even though they have their own website, they have their own login. we still need to be making sure that they are on the right products and taking them correctly and stuff. Good questions, Kaylee. Kaylee, how old are you, by the way?
19, but my birthday is the big reveal, so I'll turn 20.
That's awesome.
I know.
Yay. I love, like, this is so fun seeing, like, super young women just rocking their businesses. That's so inspiring. Love
There's a
it.
girl named Morgan. I don't know. She's been like she's been doing really awesome. She's an athlete, so she can't always get on, but she's 18, so.
So fun. This is super exciting. I wish this would have fallen in my lap when I was that young. So exciting. So fun. Your future kids will thank you. That's exciting.
Not for a long time. Me and
Yeah.
I were talking, like, we have plant babies right now. So.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. No rush. No rush on that. So funny. What other questions do you guys have?
How do you know when to sign somebody up as preferred versus wholesale?
That's a great question. I think it depends on what they're wanting to order. If they know that they're just a slim person starting out, obviously getting them preferred is going to be the best option. I am a big fan, and you guys, well, some of you might not know this, but I'm a big fan. And if they are going to be ordering 100 PV, so if they're going to be on the triplex or anything of that, nature, wholesale. Granted, I am like a deal girl. If I can spend $10 less on something, I'm going to do it. Like, it's just the way I'm made. But my main reason for signing people as wholesale, raise your hand if you sign for wholesale to get the discount and you were not going to work this as a business. Okay, so that is majority of the people on this call. You guys, that is why I sign people for wholesale. There is a slim chance that your preferred customer is ever going to catch the vision for this opportunity unless you flip them to an ambassador. Because the thing that gets people going with this opportunity is seeing the culture, seeing the executives, seeing what's happening in our company, and on our team pages. And so that's my main thing. Like, I want people to get the best deal, but being an ambassador is going to give them the opportunity to catch the vision a lot better than a preferred, in my opinion. That's my mindset.
If they choose to be preferred because they're afraid to go and be a member, but they're ordering products, even if it's not quite the 100, how do you transition them to realizing that there's benefits to being wholesale?
Great question. I think just letting them, Kirsten York is like a rock star at this. And what she typically does is, like, once they're loving their products, she just goes to them and is like, you're loving your products. I can show you how to get them cheaper, and even like getting them covered. You love them. Let's go ahead and get them free. Why pay for it if you can get it free? And kind of just showing them how simple it can be to get your own products covered. I know Kirsten York is a rock star at that. I'm not a rock star because I sign people as wholesale. I do have a few preferreds, and those are just people that will always probably stay preferred. Like, one's my mother-in-law, so I'm like, I don't, she doesn't want this as a business right now in her life. So, but does anyone else want to share how you flip?
Well, not how I flip, but here's how I look at it. So, I mean, I'm Kirsten's level 1, so she taught me what she knows about flipping. And so exactly what you said, that's what I attempt to do. And it works for some people. But I have one lady, no, I have two, actually. I have two, but one of them's inactive at the moment. She says she's coming back, but she hasn't yet. So I have one right now, current, who is preferred triplex. And I've approached her a couple of times, and she's like, "No, I'm happy where I am." She's like, "It makes her very nervous." I guess she thinks I'm gonna, hassle her to start selling if she signs up. I don't know. But she doesn't want to switch, and she's been doing this for like 6 or 8 months now. But you know what? I've let it ride because you know why? I get 140 PV from her every single month. And if she's happy paying, preferred rate and giving me that PV, I mean, I've tried a couple of times. She said no, thank you. So now I just take her PV and go, okay, thanks. I do check in with her as if she was wholesale, and how are you doing? Do you have any questions? But
yeah. So yeah, it's a win-win in that situation.
Yeah.
Because she's not interested. Yeah, I wouldn't like force it on anyone, but you just don't want to like. Sometimes you see people with like 2,000 PV or 1,500 PV, and they're not signing anyone as ambassadors. And that's what I did when I first joined. I thought this network marketing, you make money by having sales. Like that's what network marketing is, right? Volume based. And I had my first month, I had over 2,000 something PV, and I went silver. I had 3 ambassadors, but I had crazy amounts of PV because I thought it was just getting customers. If somebody would have educated me on, okay, the way you actually grow your business with Plexus is through growing your team, I mean, it could have totally been different, even though it was a great start. But that's where the residual income comes in, is through growing your team. So, and another thing I will point out is once you get somebody signed as a wholesaler, they're pretty much yours, like not saying you own them or anything, but they're on your team. They can always switch to somebody else if they want, but it's a little bit more rigorous to just switch to somebody else at that point. So that's my other thing. It's like, say one of your friends is your preferred customer. Well, what happens when her sister signs up as an ambassador? She's going to feel more loyalty to her sister, hopefully, if that's just the way the world works. And she's not yours anymore. You know what I mean? Whereas if she would have joined your team as an ambassador, maybe she would have caught the vision, talked to her sister. Now you have her and her sister on your team, right? So you kind of got to think like strategy. It's like a chess game. Like you're not just signing a preferred customer and that's it, hopefully. Like you could be signing a potential wholesaler who connects you to another wholesaler who connects you to a rock star. You know what I mean? It's like the long term. When you add a wholesaler, you're growing your network by like 400 people. When you add a preferred, you're growing your PV by like 100 PV. Does that kind of make sense? I kind of think of it like longer term, I think.
I have a question. How did you do 1,000 PV your first month? Or 2,000 PV? That's crazy.
I was crazy posting on Facebook. Like I was posting like crazy. Like Nikki told me to post 2 to 3 times a day, and I was posting like 5 or 6, and just I don't know. I think I had a good network to begin with, like I had about 800 something Facebook friends. So I think I had a good network that I started with, and people were curious what it was. I was in Texas, but I have a lot of friends that were all over, and a lot of Illinois people hadn't even heard of Plexus when I started posting. And so I think that was really helpful. I mean, it was kind of hard because people had no clue what it was, so people were skeptical. But then at the same time, nobody had really heard of it, so I had that going for me in terms of my network. But yeah, I could have totally fast started gold if I just would have signed them up as wholesalers, but now we know. So if you see somebody on your team with awesome PV, but they're not signing any team members, that's a good conversation to have with them, because a lot of people just think, oh, you get an awesome check from your PV, but you're not thinking long term, if that makes sense. Good questions, though. Sweet. What other questions do you guys have? What time is it? I'm not even checking the clock. Whoa, guys, it's 9:20. Holy smokes. We're going long tonight. Does anyone else have questions?
I do have one more question. So I have quite a few ambassadors, like not quite a few, like 5 or 6, but most all mine are all wholesale. So my question is how do you get them to, besides for Christy, who she's working a business with me and she's got her own, but everybody else just wholesale. How exactly, I'm just trying to get them to see the vision of getting their stuff free, and that's where I'm struggling at.
Yeah, I think for sure the ones that are loving their products, then sharing how they can get it paid for is obviously the next best step. And then from there, I think getting them plugged into something, getting them in a 3-day event, treating them as a prospect still, getting them in a 3-day event to learn more, getting them to participate in our 7 days, getting them on a VIP event, really just getting them plugged in. I'm a big believer in if you can get somebody plugged in to more than just you're amazing. All of us are amazing on our own. But when we can get somebody plugged in to just one more person or the bigger team or on a huddle or anything bigger than just you as a sponsor, that's what tends to help people catch the vision. And I think when people see this is bigger than just their friend doing Plexus, it comes alive a little bit more. So I think getting their products paid for is a great step, and then getting them in some sort of event where they see it's not just you doing Plexus.
Okay, I have a question, not like Plexus related, kind of. I know like people have said you can save Facebook posts. I cannot figure out how to do it.
It's life-changing, Kaylee. Yeah, you
I
need to know
know
how to do this.
I need to figure this out.
Okay, so do you typically work it from your phone?
Yes, most of the time.
Do you have an iPhone or Android? I don't know if it even matters. Okay, well, I don't have an iPhone, but I don't know if that actually matters. If it does, somebody with an iPhone correct me. But say you go to a Facebook post. Here, I'll just go to our team page. So you're on Facebook. There's Christy doing her live video. So you want to save it so you can watch it later or share it later. See this little drop-down carrot?
Yes.
Okay, so you click that. Oh, wait. Just kidding. You do click that, though. And save video.
See, I don't have that option. I'm so frustrated.
Are you sure?
I all the time. I've done it on my computer, and then I did it from someone else's phone, and I found it. But when I hit the drop-down button, it shows like these options.
What's that say? Hide, unfollow, report. Does anyone with an iPhone know how to troubleshoot?
See if you can use your
post. Oh, sorry.
See if you can use your finger and scroll that menu up. Sometimes there's more options below that you can't see.
It's not working.
Time to get a new phone. It's worth it.
No, I just got a new phone. I even like updated Facebook and everything. I'm so confused.
Is your iOS updated?
I thought so.
Don't know.
I'll have to figure it out. I thought I was doing it right. Yep, I'm up to date.
Whitney says, what happens when you go to the main post and try to save it? That is a life-changing feature if you guys haven't been doing that. So when you see, oh, Amy posted a really good Plexus post, instead of posting it right then, you can save it and use it later and tweak it to make it your own. So good.
Kaylee, you posted about Sweet Dreams, Mega X, and ProBio, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I hit the carrot, and I have an iPhone, and it says report this post, save link, turn on notifications, or view edit history. So I would just hit save link, and then it's been saved in my, or the one with your eyeball, the drawing, when I hit that caret, it says save post. So it just depends, but you don't have any save features?
No, because that eyeball is my little sister's post,
Yeah.
but she tagged me in it. And
Yeah.
even when I go to that, it's the same options. It doesn't have save.
Okay, you know what we'll do? We will hook you in with Amanda. Amanda's
Okay.
busy right now until 9:30 doing her stuff, but she is truly the queen. So you and Amanda need to connect teenager to teenager. I won't. She's really our guru, or my guru anyways. She'll help you.
That's so funny. Yeah, that is not my strength at all.
Amanda knows how to do everything on the iPhone and the Mac and all that, so she should be able to help you.
I spend so much time, like, scrolling through things because I'm like, I know I saw this post and I can't find it. And I'm like, I need this save feature.
Yeah, she'll help you. She'll help anybody, actually. She's busy now till 9:30, so she'll be done in 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's a game-changing feature for sure.
I know if you copy the link, it works too. If you just hit copy and then you paste it on somewhere, you could save it to your phone.
Okay.
Because on my Android, I have to do it that way.
Awesome. Good feedback. Sweet. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end it, you guys. We went long, but so good. So good. Love these questions. And who's with me? Who wants to be bolder here on out? Who's going to stand with me? Well, look at all of us. We're like, I'm going to be bold. Yes. So awesome. So hold me accountable. I'll hold you guys accountable. And really, like, you guys, it's not extreme. It literally is just knowing what we have, sharing it with anyone and everyone, having those one-sided conversations via Facebook Messenger until they come on board, and going silver every month, you guys. I'm not asking us to recruit 20,000 people in a day. Literally just focusing on 3 a month, and that is what it's going to take to get us where we want to go, right? So it's back to the basics of just going silver, the power of 3. So okay, Carrie said, go watch Nikki's Build Your Belief video. That one made me feel a lot bolder today for sure. Ooh, I need to post that in the team page, actually. Good call, Carrie. Sweet, thank you. I'll post that on the team page. That's your homework tonight. I know it's late, so you can do your homework tomorrow. All right, guys. Well, thanks for jumping on.